The Justin Robert Young program is brought to you as always by PayJuryDaily.com. Yeah, I don't know why I went into monster truck voice, but you can head on over to PayJuryDaily.com. That's where you can support this show that's a part of your daily life. Do you want something a part of your daily life to keep going? You'd be really sad if it went away. PayJuryDaily.com. But enough of talking about how we support the show. What do you say we just do that damn thing?
On the day that we met on the internet, I asked her for a photograph.
Hi, friends.
She sent it over to me, said, I know it's ugly.
I know that in times of strife in our lives, when we have things stacked against us, we have pressure mounting financially, emotionally, culturally, politically, that sometimes we look out in our world and we wonder whether or not we measure up. We wonder whether or not we are enough, whether or not we are worth it. Well, friends, I'm here to tell you that whenever you feel those thoughts, whenever you feel that you are less than, whenever you believe that you don't measure, know this: no matter what you've done a better job than Liam Neeson trying to sell a black comedy movie, because Liam Neeson has had one of the most puzzling opportunities to let people know that he's in a movie that is, by all accounts, it seems to me by the trailers, Cold Pursuit is a dark comedic take on Liam Neeson's action career, his surprising latter career action turn, the Taken element of it. So again, he's a Taken-esque character, but now he's set in a much smaller town, in a very kind of Fargo-y sort of way. The trailer has him playing, is backed by Don't Fear the Reaper. So I assume as long as you put the cowbell, I need more cowbell music in there, that you're trying to signal to me that this is a movie where I'm going to have some macabre laughs. Well, apparently Liam stopped with the macabre part because he is now on an apology tour for saying that he was once so upset by a friend's rape at the hands of what she said was a black guy that Liam Neeson stalked the streets for several weeks, hoping to get into a fight with a black guy wherein he might kill the man. So, how do you explain your way out of it? Ladies and gentlemen, Liam Neeson on Good Morning America to make all this right.
And the lady journalist was asking me, how do you tap into that? And I remembered an incident nearly 40 years ago where a very dear friend of mine was brutally raped. And I was out of the country, and when I came back...
Okay, I want to remind you that he's selling a comedy movie. Dark comedy, right? But how about we just start with look, it was a serious conversation. It was a print interview. I figured, the tone sometimes is different. No, he's going to retell. You're going to retell? Oh, okay, you're just going to retell the story. Retell the story, but this time on video on Good Morning America. Okay, cool.
She told me about this. And she handled the situation herself and her rapist incredibly bravely. I have to say that. But I had never felt this feeling before, which was a primal urge to lash out. I asked her, did you know the person? It was a man. No.
This is longer than the initial quote, by the way. He's going into more detail about the story than in the initial quote, which forced this interview to be a re-examination of why he said the thing in the first place.
His race, she said he was a black man. I thought, okay. And after that, there were some nights I went out deliberately into black areas in this city looking to be set upon.
So here's one of those details. One of those details is that he didn't just go around to random pubs. He was apparently going to the black areas of the city that he was in.
So that I could unleash physical violence. And I did it for, I'd say maybe 4 or 5 times, until I caught myself on. And it really shocked me, this primal urge I had. It shocked me and it hurt me. I did seek help.
All right. Now, guys, we are going to land this plane with a laugh. I'm letting you know that we are going to land this plane with a laugh. I know it's hard. But yet, maybe this is the kind of journey that the acting talent of Liam Neeson can bring to the fore. Because in this, an interview, theoretically, to get the word out about his comedy movie, he will end it with a laugh. Here we go.
I went to a priest, I heard my confession. I was reared a Catholic. I had 2 very, very good friends that I talked to. And believe it or not, power walking.
Power.
What was that again? Oh, Liam, you just went on a 3-week bender of looking to unleash racial violence against random people because of a horrendous act perpetrated against your friend. How do you get over this? Oh, okay, well, turn to God, right? Okay, see a priest, talk to some close friends, and what else?
Very, very good friends that I talked to. And believe it or not, power walking.
Power walk.
Yeah, 2 hours every day.
You
And then he gets the humble brag on how long. He gets the, 2 hours every day. All right, guys, I'm just going to throw this out here. I'm going to throw this out to you. So we have, over the last 48 hours, found out that 21 Savage is from the UK and that Liam Neeson has stories about how much he looked to extract physical violence because somebody violated his crew. Can we rule out a Freaky Friday? I'm not saying it's definitely a Freaky Friday. I'm saying, can we rule out a Freaky Friday? I don't think we can. I don't think we can. 2 hours every day. All right. We have the best emailer, the best emailers in the world. Craig sent in this Reddit post. There is a subreddit called Today I Fucked Up, wherein people tell, stories of their lives. And here was the headline. Today I fucked up by finding out I've been accidentally dating and fucking my half-sister after taking a 23andMe DNA test. Yeah. That one'll stick in your craw. Craig writes, dude does a genetic test with his girlfriend and finds out that it's his long-lost half-sister. They decide to quit fucking each other and do the traditional siblings without benefits things instead. He seems kind of bummed out by the update. So let me fill in a little bit of this backstory. This was apparently a relationship that was going pretty well. And because they were both test tube babies, they decided to do a little ancestry thing just to find out where they came from. And next thing you know, 23andMe lists them both as half-siblings. So the Reddit thread that I got sent, they go to both of their moms meet together, and they have to show each other the unique sperm donor card. I learned a lot of things about sperm donors. There's a unique sperm donor card, or ID, that comes from the same donor, and sure enough, they were both from the same dude. The same dude jizzed them both out. They apparently don't look a lot alike, except for the nose, apparently. But, oh my God. Can you imagine? Can you imagine, my friends? You're in a relationship that is healthy, so much so that you want to share something like our DNA test results. Like, that is intimacy. There ain't nobody going on a one-night stand that ends in, it was so hot. Then we wound up spitting in tubes and sending it to 23andMe. I'm still sore. Never. That never happens. No one's ever done that in their entire lives. It's not Ancestry.com, BioCow. So Craig asks, how may they have handled this differently? It's only his half-sister, after all, and most relationships don't end up in marriage anyway. If it helps, I'm white and I moved out of Alabama at my first chance. Craig, the man in this Reddit thread did the right thing, specifically since he details when they got to their mom's house. They drove the entire way, didn't talk at all. And when he kind of intimated, like, hey, how are you feeling about this? Her response was, whatever happens, I'll know that I've gained a brother. So that one's over. The relationship's over when she says that. Also, that's like a low-key Seinfeld 2019 thing, right? Like George is in a relationship that he thinks has kind of reached its end. And then maybe like fraudulently uses the fact that there's a DNA test to show that they're half siblings so they can break up. That seems like something. I don't know. I feel like that would be a way to go. But Craig does right. How would I handle it? How would I handle if all of a sudden, when, because this did happen, when Ashley and I had gotten engaged, she got Ancestry.com, both spat in tubes, just to find out whether or not we were indeed related. Obviously, we were not. But if we were, how would I have reacted? Well, friends. I would give Ashley a firm handshake, and I would immediately leave to the airport. This would be playing in my head the entire time as I paid whatever I needed to get the fuck out of the country permanently. I'd go to Ipanema. I'd go to Brazil. I'd just be like, well, It's been a good run.
But he watches so sadly.
I would be moonwalking out.
Can he tell her he loves her?
There's no way. I would never be able to stay in the United States. I would be done. I'd be the fuck out. There is nothing that could keep me here. It would be a wrap. There was nothing. I'd be like, well, the United States of America as a country, all 50 states, and all the protectorates too. Ghost ship, haunted, not worth it. Sorry. It can all burn down forever for all I care. I would be out. It would just be, I would give Ashley, the news would come. I would give Ashley a firm handshake. I would give her a ceremonial bow, and then I would just leave with nothing but the clothes on my back. I would get the fuck out of here. That's what I would do. What would you do? JuRyDaily@gmail.com. Again, JuRyDaily@gmail.com. Andrew wrote in about our investigation into Andy King, the Andy King story from the Fire Festival documentary. This was a man who was willing to blow a customs official for $150,000, or to get around $150,000 import tariff. Andrew writes, okay, so regarding Andy King's story about stepping up and taking one for the team, do we really buy this story that he just showed up at customs and then they pulled a nah, just kidding, just make sure you pay us? Two scenarios. One is that Billy lied about the whole thing just to fuck with Andy. Boring scenario. Andy shows up and just talks business with customs. Let's move on. Second scenario, you're Andy King. You prep to do this. You go in and you do the deed. Get the water and save the day. But now you're telling the story to the world, and you have 100% control over this narrative. Do we really believe that the customs agent had a change of heart? I submit that it's more likely that this deed was in fact done, and now Andy is saving face by pretending that he didn't give a Listerine-laden blowjob to secure some water. Don't believe this alternative? Fake news, Andy is spewing. No friends. A dick was indeed sucked that day. All right. I think he's telling the truth for this reason. The story's crazy because Billy asked him to suck a dick, not because he did or did not suck a dick. And think about it like this. You walk into 100 customs officials' offices, and you are somebody who is Andy King or Andy King-like, and you say, I will suck your dick if you let this through. How many customs officials go for it? Besides, you are, even if you're there prepared to suck a dick, even if you're there prepared to blow that man, you gotta ask first, right? Like, what's the worst that could happen? Nothing. There's nothing bad that could happen. They can only say no, and then you offer to suck their dick. So you're like, okay, first, customs officer, hi, pleasure to meet you. Why, yes, I did just rinse my mouth out with Listerine. Anywho, we want to figure out a perfect solution to everybody's problem with the water. And then the customs official's like, don't worry about it. Just go ahead and take it. We have nothing to do with this water anyway. Just make sure you pay us as soon as the money gets in. And then meanwhile, you know, he's just like, oh, okay, I guess I don't have to suck his dick. I mean, like, what kind of flirting goes into that? I don't know. Andrew, I reject your notion. I do believe that Andy King definitely did. He did what he said. I think he was prepared to do it. It just didn't happen. Matthew writes, hi, Justin. I just wanted to respond to Jordan's defense of Starbucks. Give me a break. You say to give espresso a try and then suggest Charbucks. Maybe we just value different things, but I actually enjoy the flavor of coffee, so I want my espressos to taste like coffee. Oh, but Starbucks is so consistent across the country. Sure, consistency is easy when you're grinding up and you're brewing pure fucking carbon. Here's a thought. Find a local fucking coffee shop and try a light or medium roast espresso all of its own, or as a cortado with half a cup of flavored syrup plus caramel and whipped cream. Who knows? You might find you actually enjoy the taste of coffee, flavored coffee. Huh. Matthew, you like fucking coffee, dude. You like fucking coffee, my dude. That's a fact. When I think of coffee, man, I'm going to forever think of Matthew. James writes, based on your assertion that a real entrepreneur is willing to give blowjobs themselves, will you be opening up a new $100,000 Patreon level called Jerbs Drops to His Knees? If it helps, I'm white and not straight. James, my point was not that a real entrepreneur needs to suck a dick himself. My point is that a real entrepreneur needs to at least have someone in the crew that's willing to suck a dick for $150 worth of import tariffs. And I will say this. If you are willing, James, if this is something that interests you, then we can figure out a scenario in which I can set a level in which you can join the team and blow anybody that gives me $100,000 per month. If that's what's going on, if you're trying to submit your resume, I'm listening, my man. I'm listening. Finally, Waffleophagus writes, hey, Justin, sorry for the late reply. I got behind a bit on my podcast. Snow is great. There's nothing more beautiful than a fresh layer of snow on a pretty landscape. When I see snow, I super excitedly get out of bed, all bundled up and go frolic, build a snowman and have a snowball fight, go skiing even. It's amazing. And it's amazing and a wonderful adventure. Then I go back to my hotel, pack up, get on a plane, and go the fuck home to Texas like a sane human being that doesn't want to live in all that mess. Snow is great at home because everything shuts down and it becomes a holiday. If snow falling isn't a holiday where you live, move! Love from Austin, Texas. Waffleophagus. I want to thank our producers. Bill, Dustin, Bio, Cal, Robert H., Brian C., M., Trey the Melodic Man, Adam, and middle-aged Mike. Hey, you want the latest merch? You want that merch, though? Well, why don't you go ahead and pick it up? Get on the mailing list. bit.ly/stickers or DIAF. You can email me, JuRyDaily@gmail.com. I want to hear about your Liam Neeson takes. Is it a Freaky Friday with 21 Savage? I want to hear about what you would do if you found out your significant other was your half-sibling. Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat @JustinRYoung. Join our Discord, bit.ly/JuRyDaily. Got a couple great new interviews coming in on the Politics stream, by the way. If you like politics, we've already had interviews with Andrea Seabrook from D.C., Andrew Heaton. We got one up today with Jack Allison about comedy and politics and why it's bad. Money in Politics with Dave Leventhal coming up. Stepping up my interview game, baby. All right. That about wraps it up. I want to remind you all to please give a round of applause to Mr. Wacky. But more importantly, please don't hurt down.
Diamond Club hopes you have enjoyed this program.